Hello and welcome to Coffee Lovers TV. Joseph here. Today on the show, we're going to be enjoying coffee from Bar 9 Coffee Roasters down in LA. This is just a giant bag of some extra coffee they gave me while I was down CoffeeCon LA. And they gave me some leftover. It's their Nitsu Ruz. Ruz? I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. So Bar 9 is a pretty new roaster. They've been around a couple years, and they talk about focusing on innovation and simplicity. And actually, I noticed they have this fun little thing on the back. I'm just going to read it. Bar 9 was founded with a simple goal: to push coffee forward. We focus on coffees and techniques that offer something different, whether it's trying experimental methods in processing, screen sorting micro lots for a single variety, or serving the best version of a given region or cultivar. We are passionate about presenting coffees that feed into our founding goal. So right now on the site, they have coffees from 90 plus estates, and they are the, I'm 99.9% sure 90 pluses level up coffees. So 90 plus started out, their name kind of explains the coffees that they offer. There's a rating scale of coffees, a 100-point scale, and anything over 90 is they're the most exceptional coffees you can find. Anything rated over 90, that's generally the idea. And 90 plus produces coffees that are over 90 points. They have a second brand that is their level up coffees. I haven't been able to research too much on that just yet. What I'd like to do is actually talk to the guys at 90 plus. I've done a lot of work with them in the past, so I'd just like to get a good conversation with them and chat about level up. But they are more affordable lots of their coffees. And since they are produced by 90 plus, they are still tremendously exceptional coffees. So it's no surprise that Bar 9, given their goals, is sourcing coffee from 90 plus. They're getting really exceptional coffees. So this is the Nitsu Ruz, which is from the Sidama region, I believe. I should have written that down. And it's not on the bag because this is just one of their large, well, as you can see, 1 kilogram bags. Just as a quick, the tasting notes are jasmine, lemon, and honey. And interestingly, I think I can't remember where I looked this up, but the name, the Nitsu Ruz name, it is in the Sidama spoken language, and it means soft lemon balanced. So that's kind of cool. All right, so we're gonna brew that up on the Kalita here and have a taste at it. This time I will smell the grounds first. Well, not the grounds, and just yet. In this large bag, it's a little hard to get an aroma, but sweet candy, like candy or baked sugar. Not like in times in the past with Ethiopian coffees, I've said, fresh fruit or something like that. But no, this is very much like some kind of like baked sugar. So I also had this morning. I can tell you that the grounds were phenomenal in aroma. It was like exactly like fresh baked muffins. Maybe like fresh baked some kind of berry muffin or something like that. Like they just came out of the oven and you're smelling that fresh bakedness. That's exactly what the grounds smelled like. That was really awesome. Okay, let's go brew this and have a taste of the Bar 9 Nitsu Ruz. And we're back with the Nitsu Ruz from Bar 9 Coffee Roasters. Doesn't have a very strong aroma on the brew. I know this coffee is really delicate. I've been drinking it quite a bit, so that's easy to come to that conclusion. I get some floral elements. When speaking about floral, like aromas and tastes in coffee, I mean, just like anything else, it's just kind of like, imagine, just smelling a bouquet of flowers and how that kind of feels to smell that. And it's similar. I don't know how to describe the sensation of floral aroma other than as floral aroma. It's one of those kind of things. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I should really be waiting a little bit longer. Maybe I should do that when recording, is have a little bit longer of a wait after brewing. I think it's one of the things people don't realize about the heat in coffee, or maybe you do incidentally. I know a lot of people order their coffee extra hot, but heat really blocks a lot of flavors. Maybe that helps when the coffee tastes bad. Maybe it helps to have really hot coffee, because maybe then you just can't taste how bad the coffee is. Total tangent. Anyways, my point here is that this is a delicate coffee, so it being like super hot right off the brew is gonna mean I probably won't taste much. Hello? Ooh, like raisins. That's interesting. We got raisins. I've been tinkering around with the Kalita brew lately. I'm going like just more concentrated. That is, my ratios have been about 15 to 1. Meaning for every gram of coffee, about 15 grams of water. That's really all I've messed around with. I'm sticking with about the same grind size that I've used since the beginning of the Kalita, which is some kind of like medium coarseness. On the Encore, it's at 22, the Baratza Encore grinder. But for this particular brew, it was 26 grams of coffee and about 390 grams of water. That's interesting. It's so I had raisins at the beginning. There's this like rich depth to it, and it's kind of like smoothed out quite a bit, back to what I was expecting, which is a lot of lemons on this coffee, like just kind of subtly sweet lemon, kind of like a lemon tea or something like that. And if I think about it, I could also see jasmine. Sometimes for me, like those florals are really hard to just kind of detect with certainty in taste. I guess I haven't eaten a lot of flowers. I've eaten some flowers, just to be clear, some flowers. Not sunflowers, though obviously the seeds. So I think so they have jasmine, lemon, and honey on this. The lemon is absolutely there. I just want to say, actually, I want to say this. I brewed this coffee quite a bit. They gave me a good chunk. I've been trying to go through it because it's delicious. It is super consistent, just super consistent. Like every time I brew, it's the same. And I've had great coffees before where I brew in each time, and not necessarily each time I brew, but I'll be brewing, if I go through a dozen, I might find 2 or 3 different like cups of slight variation, where I see a particular taste in this cup and a particular taste in that cup. This one, exactly the same every time. It's got that lemon. And it kind of drifts from lemon juice, like fresh squeezed lemon juice, to a little bit of lemon rind. So there's a little bit of this like just a touch of bitter tartness, not in a bad way. It's just kind of, it's floating there in the background. The reason I say that, by the way, is just because it popped in my head on that last taste. I tasted it and I immediately thought, it's kind of like I scraped my teeth along the rind of the lemon as I was chomping off a bit. Like just imagining taking a piece of lemon and going, and then you kind of scrape a bit of that rind. Okay, I'm getting really weird with my observations now, maybe. Honey, I'm trying to figure out honey descriptions in coffee, because I feel like it's really easy to say honey. Honey just has this nice, delicate, but rich as well, syrupy sweetness. Let me take that back. Not syrupy sweetness. The honey itself is syrupy. The sweetness of honey is just kind of like nice, and I'm talking about honey specifically, not this. Kind of a clean but distinct sweetness that carries floral and sometimes other elements to it, as opposed to just sugar, which is just sugary sweetness. Kind of like how maple syrup has really specific flavor elements to it, and how that sweetness is very specific. And you could say maple syrup for some coffees, like medium or darker coffees. Maybe it's that kind of same sort of, maybe there's a relation there, that there's some kind of element in coffee that when it's roasted lighter like this coffee, it comes off like honey sweetness, and when it's roasted darker, maybe not the same thing, but kind of curious. Just ways of describing the sweetness, because when you drink it, obviously there's the lemon, but there is kind of like that little bit of honey to it. It's kind of fun. All right, so that's Bar 9, Bar 9 Roasters down in LA. Of course, I'll link to them in the description below. You can get this coffee on their website right now. If you like a light roasted coffee, this is definitely a light roasted coffee, really delicious. Grab some. Looks like they have a couple other coffees as well from 90 Plus. I'm sure everything that they roast is going to be superb. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy the show, please like the video, subscribe, and give me your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.